Good day, traders. Hoping that everybody's doing well today. Let's check my sound if it's fine, and then we can hop into the markets and see what we've got today. That's awesome then. Which page do you want to look at today? Let's see what we can find today. I'm currently looking at the US 100, trying to find a good place to trade from, because I see on the daily we are bullish. We do have some sensitive areas that you'd want to take a look at. It looks something like that. And then hopping over to the hourly to find a good area to tee off from. We'll look at something along these lines and probably use this candle here. And then we'll take a look at how that plays off. This was based on the daily, by the way, not on the lower time frames. So I'd be very careful. And there's a high chance it might not even trigger this week. But if it does, we will definitely watch it and see how it plays off. So this is a good area to be very interested in and keep an eye on. Morning doing. So looking at something along these lines. And if you're to go tighter and try to find an area within these levels, my issue with this is these zones that it keeps printing here. There's a whole step thing that it does. I don't like that it's not. Well, you will find structure, of course. Let me just move over to the hourly. You can see now here's a high, and then a higher high is being formed, and higher lows being formed. So you could find a good area to work from, but I wouldn't count on that. So I look at the daily. Just wait for price to get back into this area here, and then start looking at some trades from there. So I'd watch it from that level. And then EJ and UCAD and GBP Swiss franc. Let's see what we've got on the GBP Swiss franc. I've been getting some good trades from this pair, actually. Very good trades. I mean, we've got this one here that hit, first trade hit 7R, and then whoever got the second one went all the way up to 14. Came back into our area again, and then up it went again. So the GBP Swiss franc, how I'd approach it. Let's see what we've got here. See, there's a bit of an interesting area at the top there. This area right here. Quite an interesting area. I'll probably look at a sell just to get structure there. But I'll probably wait for price to break this levels first. And then buying, I wouldn't look for any buys as yet. Probably until we break this level here. Let's see what the 4 hour has in store for us. 4 hour we are bullish, of course. But like I mentioned, this area here, it's quite sensitive. This one right here. It's very sensitive, so I'd watch what happens there. And ideally, we'd also sell from this level, potentially using either these two candles over there, or using this one here, of course, just roughly the same as those ones there. Structurally wise, you are looking at a buy. This levels will potentially hold, and you'd wait for a retrace and then get into the market. Probably looking at some along these lines. Let me just mark this this area here. Probably look at some along these lines and just drop over to the lower time frames. We're basing it on the 4 hour, by the way, so it would be a bit of a move, of course. And just hop over to the 30-minute and see what we've got there. Just remove that. Potentially look at something along these lines. And then let's see, 11 pip, 12 pip. So it's not bad at all. So we'd look at a buy, but taking it from this area all the way to the most recent highs. You could also go 50% in favor of this zone here, or just go lower and tighten your stop loss range, which would give you a better RR. So these areas here at the top, I'd be careful. So even in the buy, I would want to see what the 4 hour is going to do on its way down, and also watching this area, of course, and then just waiting for price to get into this level. Put your buy stops, hopefully print some lower time frame structure there. Buy stop all the way up, and if it does pass, I'll wait to see what it does here, and potentially also look at a buy from these levels. And if it does break this level, then we are potentially looking at change of structure, and we'll see how that plays out. Awesome. So we would watch these areas. Yeah, so that's where we are with the GBP Swiss franc. Looking at something along these lines. So just watch what it does there. And then I see John wants us to look at the EJ and UCAD. I looked at UCAD a few moments ago, and I looked at it from a very big time frame, and I saw this sensitive area as well here. So I would look at a buy from this area, but my issue now is it does line up with the weekly bias, so I potentially want to see it drop a bit further and then look at a buy from these levels instead of taking it prematurely here based on what I saw at these levels. So UCAD, I'm looking at buy at the 25206 levels. When would it hit that level? It's a good question, but it's a good area to wait for. Remember, we're just waiting for good setups. We're not rushing any trades. And then EJ. So EJ is one I haven't looked at this morning, and I see the hourly looks nicely bullish. Let's see what the daily has in store for us. Also has got a nice sensitive area here, so we would probably see a good push to the top, but expect something to happen at these levels here. But yeah, bullish overall. Let's just find an area where we would trade from. Probably look at this levels here. This is based on the 4 hour, by the way. So we'll probably look at, let's see how it would look from these levels. Let's drop even further to find a decent candle to work from. So far I don't see anything but this one here, which is also a bit tricky, but it will suffice. And then dropping low into the 15. There you go. So look at something along these ranges, and 5 pip stop, not bad. Go into the hourly, and then remember, we're watching this area at the top, so we are careful when trading into those areas, and don't forget the bigger time frame bias, and take it from there. So looking at these levels, and at the top we are looking at some cells at this key levels here, which I will not look at now. So that's what we're looking at on EJ. And last one here, Boris wants us to look at gold. How's it going scaled? Let's look at gold, see what gold has in store for us. I looked at gold earlier as well. So I'm waiting for two things here. I'm basically waiting for price to break this level here at the bottom. I'm waiting for that, or break this at the top. And if it does break the top, I'll probably give another confirmation waiting. But if it does break the bottom, we are looking at a good sell. So we're looking at something along these lines. So we'll see how that works out. So for now, gold, I'm just sitting on my hands and watching to see what it does. And that's about it for this morning, guys. Let's hop over to the markets and see what the London session has in store for us. Remember, your risk management is key. Check out our bootcamp. Check out our Wushu toolbox. And let's make trading a bit easier. Happy trading, guys.